Hello everybody, Tim with Level Ride Air Suspension. We have a car behind us today that we're going to be swapping out from Accuair E-Level to Level Ride's height and pressure system. This is the ECU for the Level Ride Air Suspension kit. And here's the ECU for the Accuair. You can kind of see the size difference here. As you can see here, the Level Ride ECU plugs are exact same as the Accuair. With the Level Ride kit, you get a new main harness. And the reason you get this new harness is that there are features built into the Level Ride that are not in Accuair. There's also a slight difference in pin configuration within the Level Ride setup. One of the features with Level Ride Air Suspension is the manual backup button. We went ahead and pre-wired this one for today's install. And this is just a simple spring-loaded momentary switch. Serves two purposes. The first purpose being that if you don't have your controller with you, you can push this button, it'll take you to ride height. You can push it again, it'll take you to lift. And then you push it one more time, it'll take you back to ride. The other purpose this button serves is if you don't have ride height on start turned on. One thing that's very important with Level Ride Air Suspension is to make sure you don't install the ECU, the pressure sensors, or any of the other electrical components near any main power or big magnets, such as subwoofers or main power cables. Even compressor cables and compressor magnets. Just to avoid any possible electrical interference, similar to what a stereo would do if you ran a power cable next to a sound wire. The kit includes 5 pressure sensors, one for each corner of the car and one for the tank. With these pressure sensors, one of the things you want to do is try to make sure you install these as vertically as possible. As long as they're pointing up, you're better off, simply so moisture doesn't build up inside the sensor itself. Inherently, compressed air creates moisture. And you don't want any to get trapped anywhere it doesn't belong. The pressure sensors operate from 0.5 volt to 5 volts. With such low voltage, this is one of the reasons why you don't want to run this next to a high power cable. Depending on which version of the Accuair manifold block you have, you may need this additional kit. This small kit includes all the parts necessary in order to add pressure sensors to a block that doesn't have gauge ports. The VU4 does have gauge ports on the block itself, and that will allow for the pressure sensors to be put directly into the block. However, if you have the VX4, you'll need to utilize the T's and the fittings in order to install the pressure sensors. Another component included with the Level Ride kit is a pressure sensor harness. It's 3 feet long and it contains everything you need to hook up your pressure sensors properly. As far as controlling your Level Ride Air Suspension, there's a couple different options. One option is an app-only version that you utilize on your phone. We have an Android app right now. iOS is in development. That kit runs at $545. The second option for controlling your Level Ride Air Suspension is this Bluetooth 5.5-inch touchscreen controller. The kit with our controller starts at $695. The controller comes as you see it here. When you get the controller, the first thing you'll want to do is remove the protective casing. Go ahead and open up the back. Right here is a piece of tape to protect the pins on the battery. Pull your battery, take your tape. We always recommend keeping this tape simply as a backup in case you ever have to store anything for a while. That way you don't run down your charge. Insert your battery back into place. Put your cover back on, your protective casing, and go ahead and put it on the charger with the supplied charger. You're going to need a minimum of 3.1 amps. And if you're utilizing it continuously in the vehicle, you're going to want to maintain it at 3.1 amps for a charger. We're at the point now where everything is connected and we're pairing the controller with the ECU for the first time. We've connected the device to the Wi-Fi, we've entered the owner's details, and we've hit submit to register the device. So now that we're connected and registered to our ECU and we're doing an Accuair conversion to Level Ride, we need to go into our configuration and settings to set up our height and pressure. So now we have adjusted our height sensors, we need to calibrate the system. Calibration is measured from 25% either way from center point of travel. As long as you are past the 3/4 mark in one direction and under the 1/4 mark in the other direction, you are over your 50% of center point travel. To start calibration, go to your settings in the top right corner. Go to calibration and follow the prompts. When you're ready and at your maximum height, press start. This is what the calibration process should look like. Calibration will continue after the first drop once the tank pressure is increased above 185 psi. When calibration is complete, success OK will come up on the screen. Press OK. At that point, you can begin setting up your own presets. Adjust your vehicle to your preferred driving height. This will become your ride setting that you will use every day. To lock it in as a preset, press and hold ride until you see saved. Then follow the same procedure for the rest of your preferred presets. In the future, these presets can be changed at any time using the same process. Thanks for following along. If you'd like any more information about Level Ride and any of our products, you can go and find us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, or on our website.